Yes, you are a polite snake. Absolutely adorably squishy and cuddly. Hi Snore. Are you doing tricks now? There we are again, for the third time, which means I guess that we can start calling this a tradition now. It's the end of year recap while I'm handling the snakes, because I need more excuses to grab the snakes on the channel. And for the people that joined me this year and didn't know yet, we have 3 snakes as pet. And this is Snore, our boa constrictor. Why is she called Snore? Well, Snore translates to mustache in Dutch. Do I need more explanation? But 2022, it was a completely different year than the 2 years before it. I mean, we could finally have events again, which of course has quite a big impact on my hobbies. And data-wise, YouTube-wise, I actually published 22 videos last year. I'm surprised, considering I went from a every other week to every 3-week schedule. But nonetheless, it gave some great videos, I think, and I'm honestly surprised what last year has done for me YouTube-wise. Never ever in any way did I actually expect to get monetized last year already. I don't know how that happened. Thanks all of you guys, I guess. And one of the reasons was actually one of the videos that I published the beginning last year. It was my how to sew a tutorial video, which as of now is, of all my videos, the most watched video so far. Aside from that, I am also really happy that I succeeded in at least one goal. I dragged more people onto my channel. Again, last year was one of those years where I think I didn't do really much. But then, looking back at the videos, I actually completed quite a lot of things. Well, first of all, what are you doing? And, well, first of all, the Fantasy Ranger costume, which is a LARP that I hadn't gone to before. And in a way, I made so many videos about that single costume. And that's also interesting for me to see how many information and things you can just tell about one single costume. Also, from that costume, I got my second most watched video so far, which is the I made a LARP costume in 16 days. If you look at the calendar, it wasn't in a full 16 days. If I counted every single day I actually worked on the costume, that's 16 days, which honestly is still ridiculously quick for a costume for me, considering I have many projects that take 2 or 3 years. Because of course I also have a day job, so I don't count those days for crafting. The Booyah costume also made me realize one of my other goals last year, that was to do more leathercraft projects, which I think succeeded. I made the book cover, I made the armor, I made the quiver. I'm probably forgetting something. Oh, I made some other small projects like this tiny whale, which was a fun thing to do. Also fun to just have a project that didn't need filming. Snore, what the hell are you doing? Like I said, she's a floppy snake. Anyway, aside from that one big costume that I worked on throughout the year, I also had a project that I did not start last year. I already started it before, which was of course the cyberpunk costume. Last year we worked on the pants, and I am as of now working on the first bits of detailing for the cyberpunk costume, which my hands were already spoilering it. It's something for the neck. And I think Snore is going places. Yes, she is indeed. Don't throw over my pile of fabric, please. She is kind of huffy. I don't think she's agreeing with being flopped about, so I might actually put her back soonish. Or are you enjoying exploring? She was actually going all about her terrarium all day today, so she really did want to go out, which is one of the reasons why I don't really mind taking out the snakes. They occasionally show that they want to be let out. Yeah, you can explore there, no problem. Anyway, no, don't go there. Every year, taking out the snakes causes such a chaos, yet I keep doing it, and I have no idea why. No, don't go there. But on the other hand, it's really fun. Another project I kind of finished last year was the Regency Ensemble, considering that the Regency LARP was last year. Although finished, is a LARP costume ever finished? It is currently in the closet behind me though, and it does need quite a bit of repair. I also noticed that there are definitely some things that need changing on the costume. It was not really comfortable, and my hem getting caught in my shoes. So there are some things I need to change about that, but I still have 2 months left till the next event, so time to fix that. And video-wise, there was another whole category of videos that wasn't necessarily making projects, but I immensely enjoyed doing them and will definitely continue doing them in the future, which is all the videos about LARP tips, tips for costume, getting started with LARP. I'm getting so much positive responses about those kind of videos, and they're really enjoyable to make. But before I continue, I might actually put Snore back. I think she flopped around 1 too many times at the beginning. And she doesn't like flopping around and she gets a bit stressed. So before she actually crawls into stuff and throws stuff everywhere, I think I'm gonna put her back. Let's see if we can get a next snake. And surprise, surprise, I managed to bring you a snake that you haven't really seen on this channel before. This is Icarus. Icarus is our carpet python, and carpet pythons are tree-dwelling species. He has a really good tail, and if he wants to hold on to something, we can't really get him out. He was currently just chilling on his log, and to stress him out the least, I just grabbed him log and all. As you can see, when he's chill, he's just a very chill snake. Handling-wise, if you have him without a log, he's worse than Snore. He also flops about everything, although, as he's a tree-dwelling species, he does know how to hold on, so he's less prone to falling as Snore. Well, we might have just woken him up, so he's still a bit sleepy at the moment. Mostly going, where am I? What is life? Why am I suddenly floating through the air? Also, holding him like this, he is quite heavy. You can carry him, no problem, but holding him up in the air for a while, it will take a bit of muscle power. Oh, hello. Anyway, back to the topic at hand and reviewing the last year. Yeah, event-wise, as I said, it was completely different than the 2 years prior. I did go to many LARPs. Many LARPs. Then there were 3 Booyah events, 2 Vortex events, 2 Frontier events, 1 Verstand en Verlangen event, which is the Regency LARP, and 1 Cyberpunk LARP in Germany. Aside from that, I also organized the LARP Village at Castlefest, which is a very big fantasy festival here in the Netherlands. I helped organize the stand at Student Fantasy Festival. And of course there was the LARP Summer Festival, where I gave a few talks and just had all around fun. And well, going to that many events was also definitely a getting used to for me as well. I'm really happy that I went to a video every 3 weeks, because as you might have seen in my schedule the last few videos, it was already difficult enough to actually do. Going to many LARPs in a row takes more time and energy than I thought. Who would have thunk? Last year was definitely a fun year, and I'm really happy that we could just attend LARPs and other events again. Also, Icarus, you are one ridiculously behaved snake. Wow, I've never seen you sit this still before. Although, maybe I have jinxed it. Next year is 2023 already. Time goes fast. There are some really cool things planned for next year, I think. First of all, I'm planning on finishing the Cyberpunk costume. At least in a way that I'm happy with it. It is one of those projects that doesn't have a definitive goal, as in I don't have one specific event I'm going to wear it to. It makes the deadline a lot more fluid, but I really do want to get it finished in one way or another next year. LARP-wise, there is a lot that is going to change. I have decided to quit Vortex, so unfortunately that also means I will be doing less work on my Uruk costume. It was mostly the LARP that we went to that didn't vibe with me. I absolutely love the Uruk group, and I have said to them that if they're doing any other event than that specific LARP, I'd love to join them. It's just that type of LARP is not for me. Aside from that, the event that I help organize, Estera, is going on hiatus, at least for next year. Which means that, well, that's 2 LARPs less. But costume-wise, on my YouTube channel, it probably won't change much. Yeah, Icarus, if you're going down, no one is going to be able to see you. And you're such a pretty snake, you should be seen. Yeah, that's the thing. Now I've touched him. Suddenly he's a lot more active. Thinking about it, I honestly don't have that many projects planned yet for next year. So aside from the Cyberpunk costume, of course I will also continue working on the Booyah costume, so the Fantasy Ranger. As it is a LARP costume, I will build upgrades for it every single event I go to. Aside from that, I actually have some ideas for more daily wear projects. It's of course going to be with a slight of a fantasy or a costumey twist. I've been wanting to make my own daily wear coat for a long time already, so I might actually get started on that. And the rest is a very, very big maybe. Oh, you have an opinion. Yeah, this snake actually hisses at you for some whatever weird reason. As I said, I'm doing more LARP promotion in general for the LARP platform that I'm a part of. It's an overarching organization in the Netherlands that tries to aim to have all sorts of information about LARP in one place. They're also the organizers of the LARP Summer Festival that I made a video about. Apparently I'm leading the promotion team, so we're going to events and promote LARP in the big way of the hobby LARP in the Netherlands. While promoting for these events, I realized that people come up to you more quickly if you have a flashy costume. So I might maybe make a costume specifically for promoting it. And that way I'm also not linked to one specific LARP. And there is a style of costume that's both flashy and something that I really want to make someday. So who knows? Maybe, very big maybe, I might start on a Landsknecht costume next year. I mean, it's also a historical project, although for the Landsknecht specifically, I might go slightly more the Witcher route, so who knows how historically accurate it will be. I know one thing, it will be flashy. You can actually see that he's waking up right now. He's a lot more active than he was when I just grabbed him, but still, he only hissed at me once, which is very polite. It's nothing much, he's just voicing an opinion. Yeah? Oh, but look at him, he's so pretty. We've had Icarus now for slightly more than a year. No, actually, we got him in 2021, January or February, so nearly 2 years already. I'm surprised. Are you going to give the camera kisses? You sure? I think the camera's gonna like it if you're slightly further away. But yeah, he's so pretty. Shall I grab another snake? I think we're slowly starting to near the end of the video, and otherwise I won't have video left to show off the last snake. Also, like I said, as he's a tree-dwelling species, he always wants to have something to grab with his tail, adorably grabbing onto the wooden log, and don't climb in my costume. And there we go, the last snake, who's also the most polite one. I mean, you can grab him like this and he'll just sit like this for the rest of the afternoon if you let him. I said, this is Snaky, he is our ball python. My partner has had him for 12 years now. If you're unknown with snakes, they can get up to 20-25 years. So if you get one, you have someone you can cuddle for a very, very long time. Anyway, regarding looking forward to next year stuff, aside from, well, the crafting projects that I am working on, I definitely also plan to do more getting started with LARP tip, both on the crafting side of things, so stuff like what kind of fabrics you can look for, maybe more actual sewing tutorials like the tunic tutorial and the accompanying gusset inserting tutorial. It's something that I really like to balance, having that introducing people to the hobby that I love and inserting the crafting bit that I love. Definitely you can expect more of those videos. And on the same subject, I mean, it's a lot more fun to drag more people on my channel to help me make the introduce people to LARP videos, because I am not all-knowing, I can't do everything, but there are still things that I do want to show you guys that, well, I'm not that good at. So hopefully I can drag more people onto my channel next year and in turn make more videos that you guys will love. It's also a very, very big maybe. I also talked about this last year, but I would love to do more interviews with people, or maybe talk about costumes and props that they have made and be able to show you guys things that I would never be able to make, or that I just love to see and would like to know more about myself. I mean, this entire YouTube channel is just me being egoistical, you know that. Another thing I have been experimenting with a bit, might do more of, but I'm not entirely sure yet, is shorts. Of course, YouTube introduced shorts last year. I'm not entirely sure what I think of the format. I mean, the kind of videos that I make, the informative crafting videos that actually show you how to do stuff, don't really work well in the 60-second vertical format. In that way, I am curious, what do you guys think of the shorts I've put out so far? Were they actually informative, funny, or I don't know, do you have ideas for shorts that would work for the kind of stuff that I do? Let me know. In a way, I guess that's already somewhat near the end of year video. I've talked about last year, I've talked about next year, I've shown you guys the snakes again, and that does leave me with one last point, I think, and that is that without all of you guys, what is it by now, 1800 subscribers, I wouldn't really be sitting here making these videos every 3 weeks. I mean, I started this YouTube channel in 2020 with, well, both the boredom of sitting at home and the combined idea that when I craft, I narrate everything in my head anyway, so why not just put a camera on it? But if I wouldn't have all the views, the interactions, the comments, I'm not sure if I would have actually continued with it. So thank you all for interacting with the content that I put out, subscribing, commenting. Yeah, I really like this, and I think I will definitely continue doing this for at least, well, another year. I don't think I'm gonna run out of video ideas quickly, so... But nonetheless, if you have stuff that you would like to see me do, questions that you have for me, or I don't know, just put them in the comments and who knows, maybe it's a perfect video idea and you can actually see it sometime. With that, before this video turns into a really big ramble about nothing, there is only one thing left to say, and that is, thank you all for watching. and see you guys next year. You know, you don't taste very well.